Dear students, I have come with a new module, types of events. There are 7 types of events I am going to explain in this module. So the types of events, first one is sure and impossible event, second is random event, third is mutually exclusive event, fourth is complementary events, fifth is equally likely events, sixth is exhaustive events, and seventh is elementary and composite events. So first one is sure and impossible events. In a sure event, the occurrence of the event is inevitable. That meaning, when a random experiment is performed or when a dice is tossed, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 or 6 as the outcome. It can be anything. It can be 1, 2, 3, anything. So that is the sure. We know that outcome. When you're tossing a coin, you know that the outcome can be either head or a tail. So the outcome is certain, then it is called a sure event. Whereas an impossible event is an event in which can never occur when a random experiment is performed. If I'll give you an example, getting 7 when a dice is tossed, because we know that the outcomes are restricted to 6. It cannot be 7. So that is an impossible event. So second point, if I'll explain random event, an event which may or may not occur when a random experiment is performed. Example, when we toss a coin, we may or may not get head. It can be tail also. So we cannot predict that. Only we have to see the result, then only we will know the outcome of the event. The third one is mutually exclusive events. We always use this term mutually exclusive events in statistics. So two events are said to be mutually exclusive when both cannot happen simultaneously. These are also called as disjoint events. So in simple terms, occurrence of one of them prevents the occurrence of other events. See, for example, when a coin is tossed, we get either head or tail. Both cannot occur at the same time. That is the meaning of mutually exclusive events. And commonly we will use this term in the statistics. So you have to remember that when a dice is tossed, outcome can be anything from 1 to 6. It cannot be 1 and 2. It can be only one outcome. That is mutually exclusive event. Now fourth one is complementary event. So complementary events are two outcomes of an event that are only two possible outcomes. That if an event is denoted as A, complementary event is denoted as A dash. For example, sometimes we will say that it will rain today. We are calling it as event A. So what will be the complementary event A dash? That it will not rain today. So these are the complementary events related to each other. In a cricket match, India will win or India will lose. So one is complementary event, one is the actual event. Now equally likely events. A number of events are said to be equally likely or equally possible. All the outcomes have an equal chance of being the result. So that meaning drawing a card from 52 cards. Anything, one card you will get from the 52. It can be anything. Or if you are tossing a dice, outcome can be 1 to 6. Or you're tossing a coin, outcome can be head or tail. That is the equally likely events. Equal chance of getting the whatever you are expecting as the outcome. So that is the equally likely events. 50-50 chance will be there. Then exhaustive events. Events are said to be exhaustive when they include all possible outcomes. For example, while tossing a coin, we may get head or tail. While tossing a dice, we may get either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 as the outcome. So all the possible outcomes we are considering in the exhaustive events. Or if taking a card from 52 cards, it can be anything out of 52. So that is all the outcomes we are considering in the exhaustive events. The last division is elementary and composite events. Events which cannot be further subdivided into smaller events are called elementary or simple events. For example, in tossing a coin, we can get only two outcomes. Either it can be head or tail. It cannot be anything else. That is the elementary event. Whereas events which can be further subdivided into smaller events are called composite events or compound events. So this you have to remember that it's a combination of two or more smaller events, or this events we can be viewed as a union of two or more smaller events. Say for example, when you're tossing a dice, the outcome can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. But when you're specifying that the event of getting an even number, when you're tossing a dice, the answer is 2, 4 or 6. That is the composite event. So elementary event and composite event. In the composite event, we can specify the outcome. When you're tossing a dice, if you're saying that the chance of getting odd numbers, 1, 3 or 5, then it's a composite event. Whereas elementary event meaning when you're tossing a dice, the outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So that events are certain. So this is the difference between elementary and composite events. This is what I want to explain with this module. Thank you.